So universal analytics had users which were with limited properties. So if you want to understand who the audience is, the person coming on your site, very few things you could do with that. And it was not an easy task to do it. You had to upload the data, then do analysis, etc. So there were limitations there. Also, each type of action that user did or the website did was a separate kind of hit. So page view was a separate hit. You didn't see that in front, but it was basically anybody who was implementing the solution had to deal with those things. So page view was a hit. Events had only 3 parameters that you can pass: category, action, and label. And in some cases, you could also pass value, which was a numerical value. So 4, if you think about that. Transaction and e-commerce, if your site is doing any kind of e-commerce, that was a separate hit type. And there was also enhanced e-commerce, regular e-commerce, which was kind of confusing for a lot of folks. And then app or screen views were separate. So if you are using a mobile app, that was separate hit type. So you got separate web and app reporting. A user who picks up your his or her phone, goes to your site, and then next time when the person is in front of their computer, they go and then pick up or go to your site on desktop. Those two are reported as separate users. That difference is going away in GA4. It's no longer there. There were lack of privacy and data controls. Now, every country, every state, maybe at a county level, I don't know how this will all pan out, but there are different privacy and rules, regulations. European Union wants this. A particular country in EU has these kind of regulations. Like in US, California has certain regulations. So there are different regulations, which means and also part of that is user can decide to ask for their data deletion, which is difficult for marketers to do when there are no controls. GA4 is actually providing those controls within the interface. So you can go and delete certain type of data. It's not there where it needs to be, but that's the idea behind it, because now every individual gets tracked, every individual activity gets tracked. It's that granular, you can see it. And you can go ahead and delete and say, I don't want this user to be in my data, or I don't want these kind of events to be tracked, or this information to be tracked. So you can do that. However, these things will evolve. GA4 is still evolving. So if I show you certain things today, they might not exist tomorrow. I've been dealing with GA4 since the day it came out. It has changed a lot. I have full courses on those, and those courses, you'll notice some lessons still refer to old interface. The concepts are same. If you understand the concepts, everything becomes easy. But it's changing, and as it changes, the content of my presentations will change, courses will change, etc. And missing data due to cookie blocking, etc. So that was one of the issues that has been there in the industry for years. Users can decide to block their cookies, right? Browsers will block. Certain browsers are coming up with these controls. In UA, once the data is missing, it's just missing. It can't do anything. There are certain things that it did by matching, sessions, etc. There was limited stuff it could do. However, in GA4, Google Analytics is filling the gap with machine learning, and it's very accurate. So even if user blocks a cookie, they can figure out how many users were there, what they did, etc. So they can fill those gaps. And that's why they came out with GA4, because also these things that I talked about, but also the lines between Google Web Analytics, Digital Analytics, and Product Analytics are blurring. And now, if you look at product analytics tools, they're trying to get into this space. And if you look at Google Analytics, that's going in their space. Like you can measure all your app activities, etc. So those lines are blurring. You might also hear terms that I talk about in my other sessions, which is, marketing analytics, or digital analytics, web analytics, marketing analytics, customer analytics, product analytics. So there are different terms, but Google Analytics is trying to, with GA4, is trying to fill all those gaps so you can have comprehensive view of your customer, their experience across different channels, whether they're using website or apps, mobile apps, or even offline. So that's what they're trying to do with this tool. And those who want a free ebook, there is a 50 things you should know about GA4 ebook. Here is a link for that, bit.ly.com/GA4 ebook. And those who want to learn with me, go deeper, I have a full academy on Optizent Academy. You can also get $100 off for this today with this webinar.